To our graduating cadets, I want to share a short, a simple, and a direct message from your state leaders. We've got your back. The Mississippi Highway Patrol is a proud organization. I'm proud to stand behind you. Today, across our country, law enforcement officers face unprecedented attacks. Now, there have always been those who disparage the people who keep us safe. There have always been people who lob insults and criticisms at our nation's finest. But today, it seems like they go even farther. We've seen anti-police protesters flood the streets, vandals burn cop cars, politicians refuse to stand behind you. I believe it's despicable. Every day, men and women of law enforcement put their lives on the line to defend public safety. You will put on a uniform every day and go out into our state to do dangerous and sometimes thankless work. You don't do it for wealth. You don't do it for fame. You do it because you care about the people that you serve. I want you to know that in Mississippi, we see your service. We recognize your sacrifice and the sacrifice of those of you in this room, your family. In Mississippi, we back the blue. We've got your back. I know that is true of all of your state leaders, but I know that it is especially true of our next speaker, the man who's going to deliver the commencement address today. He is a man who needs no introduction. Governor Bryan has been a friend of law enforcement, obviously as his 8 years as governor, but he's been a friend of law enforcement his entire career. When he's got a cause that he cares about, there's no one you'd rather have in your corner. I know that personally from the many legislative battles that we've been in together. You know that because as governor, he has always stood behind you. In fact, he's one of you. I think when his tenure as governor is over, he'll look back to his many years of public service, and I feel certain will think and believe that his time as a law enforcement officer was particularly special because he knows what it means to operate in difficult times and in challenging times. And I know, because I've heard him, he's got some good stories from those times. I'm proud to call him a friend, and I'm proud to have served alongside him these last 8 years. Please join me in welcoming our governor, Governor Phil Bryant.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lieutenant Governor. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Lieutenant Governor, and thank you for standing with law enforcement. I want to thank the Speaker of the House and those members of the Mississippi Legislature that are here today, particularly because each time we would go, Commissioner, and you and I have done this on 4 occasions now, and we're now recruiting the next class commissioners. And each time I would go, they would say, well, how much is that going to cost? So it's going to be a little bit, but it's going to be worth it. We've got to get more troopers on the road. And these 2 gentlemen that sat behind me today, sat at my side and have been with me throughout these challenging times, have always stepped forward. So that's why we have, in 8 years, brought forward 4 different training classes of the Mississippi Highway Patrol. And here we are with 63, looking quickly to 64. I want to thank the Commissioner and the Colonel. And the Commissioner and I often text each other. Now, normally when I get a text from the Commissioner, I know it's not how are things going. It's probably just not checking on us. It is a serious inquiry or sharing of information. He has a tough job. The Colonel's got a tough job. All of the men and women that you see here that lead the Highway Patrol do so in challenging circumstances each day. That's why I think you see such a fervent prayer as we have an opportunity to go to our God first and thank Him for the blessings He's bestowed upon us all. I want to thank Justice. Thank you for being here this morning. Our judiciary is so important to our criminal justice cause in this state, and troopers, you're going to find that out pretty soon. I was admiring the film this morning and the sheer determination and ability, the physical and mental ability to overcome the obstacles that are there with the patrol school. It is done so for a reason. It is done so that 63, you are the best of the best. So that when you're out there on the road and challenges come, and your very life depends on the outcome, you will be prepared for those circumstances. I want to thank the TAC officers. Now I know cadets at some point, you probably didn't like these men. But how you like them now? I'm very proud to see each and every one of them here this morning as leaders because they care for you. They worry about your future. They are this morning thinking, have I done everything that I can do to protect and ready these cadets for the challenges that lay ahead? The answer is certainly they have. To the families, God bless you all. To the wives and husbands and mothers and grandmothers that would see these cadets go off for this training and realize that they were working so hard that they might be able to someday put their lives on the line for someone they don't even know. It's the greatest part of law enforcement. 1976, receiving my badge, I realized that life had changed, and it has changed for these cadets and now troopers. They will be looked at differently when trouble comes, in no matter what shape or form or fashion or at what time, day or night, they will be called upon. When they're out in public in their uniform, they will be thanked for their service, or sometimes not. They will be used as a threat against small children. Oh yes, I wish that wouldn't happen, but it was. I've been in a cafe where a mom would say, if you don't behave, I'm going to have that man in that uniform come take you to jail. I walked over and said, please don't tell him that. Because if he has trouble in his life, if this small child one day has trouble, I want him to run to me, not away from me. I realize also my family came with the job. I realized that when the phone rang at 2 a.m. in the morning and I talked to a dispatcher and said, I'll be there as quickly as I can, I got up and left my home that night, left my wife alone. She was unaware of and unknowing if I might not return. So thank you to the families that will stand behind them. Their faith and their family will bring them through decades of challenge and difficult circumstances. So we want to celebrate today. I know this is often a solemn occasion. It's often an occasion of emotion. If that video and this flag and that national anthem did not stir your emotions, you need to have someone check on you. Because there's nothing that touches your heart more as an American, as a Mississippian, and observing the challenges that these men and women, these 4 women and these great young men went through to be a trooper. I read a book one time as a young boy in Sunday school, and it talked about a great military leader. And God himself had called on him to go and defeat an evil force that had threatened their nation. And this military leader said, I can't do it. I don't have enough people. The Lord said, I will furnish you that. I'm going to give you a group of men, but you've got to pick the best of the best. Because you see, only the best of those warriors will be able to carry out this task. How will I know? He asked the Lord. You will find this out in the desert. So he took the group of men that he had to make up his army, his group of volunteers, and maybe impressed into service. And there was a forced march with a large shield and a sword and their spear. And they walked across the desert for hours upon hours. Finally coming to an oasis of water, he said, "You now may drink." Many of them dropped their shields, laid down their swords, ran to the water, began to drink. Others quietly knelt, holding on to their shield and their spear in one hand and scooping gently water from the oasis. "There," said the Lord, "there is your army. 63, you hold your shield today. We are proud to know that you will be there under the most difficult of circumstances, holding that shield. On some occasions, comforting family members, those that have been involved in an accident or those that have suffered as a crime victim. So we must also be caring and gentle, as well as strong and confident. Your life has changed, but you will change the lives of so many. You will save lives. You will perhaps have to intervene in situations of danger. And we pray for your safety. But you are now in the arena. A former law enforcement officer, commissioner of the New York Police Department, Theodore Roosevelt, once wrote about that. He realized that even in those days, as he was trying to enforce the law upon a New York population that hadn't seen it being enforced in a while, that there were critics. Not everyone loves to see law enforcement coming. Theodore Roosevelt wrote, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or how the doer of good deeds could have done them better. No, the credit, 63, belongs to the man who is actually, and today we can say, and the woman who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again, who spends himself in that worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end that triumph of high achievement, and if he fails, he does so while daring greatly, so that his place or her place shall never be among those cold and timid souls that know neither victory nor defeat." Troopers, you know victory this morning. It's victory over the challenges of some of the finest training of any law enforcement in the United States of America. You are victorious. Take your shield and serve. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending MHP Cadet Class 63's graduation. First off, I want to thank God for giving us the strength both mentally and physically, to persist through this whole struggle of patrol school. Cadet Class 63 would like to give a special thanks to Governor Phil Bryant, Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves, Speaker of the House Philip Gunn, Commissioner Marshall Fisher, Colonel Chris Gillard, Lieutenant Colonel Randy Ginn, and all of the legislators for making this possible. We'd also like to thank all of the TAC officers for giving us the skills and knowledge to perform our duties and make it back to our home and families every day. Some examples of those skills and knowledge are honor, integrity, discipline, attention to detail, and extreme ownership. Those have given us the ability to serve with courtesy, service, and safety. We want to thank you for pushing us to and well past our limits, physically and mentally, every day during the 22 weeks. Thank you for not giving up on us in the times when we gave up on ourselves, and for sacrificing your personal time with your own family to pour your hearts into us to make us better as the future of the Mississippi Highway Patrol. Thank you for being the immediate motivation and encouragement to keep pushing us no matter what. We will always remember what we were told daily. Always move. Don't just stop. Do something. We want to thank our families and friends, because without you, we wouldn't have been able to make it each of those 22 weeks. Everyone can agree that we had it tough while we were in patrol school, but we know that you had it just as bad. Maybe not physically, but mentally and emotionally. Because, let's face it, life just isn't right without having us driving you crazy every day. You've supported us for the past 5 months and stuck with us throughout this whole process, even though all we wanted to do when we had the time to spend with you was eat and sleep. Most of all, you were our strength and encouragement to return every Sunday to the place we had nightmares about week after week. Each cadet has their own story of how their husband, wife, or whoever it may have been had encouraged them that week before they left to come back to patrol school. We want to thank everybody else in attendance as well, and the ones who couldn't make it today, for the continued support and for taking time out of your schedules to acknowledge our accomplishments. I couldn't fully express this gratitude without sharing a little bit about our journey. I'll start with day one. It was definitely a culture shock, something that you could never get used to or prepare for, no matter how hard you try. 83 cadets showed up on December 2nd. We signed in and were sent to our bunk to put our bags down, and then told to go to the tack shack to meet our new hairstylist and receive a complimentary cut as a first-time customer. Once we got near the tack shack, we could hear the chaos going on inside. We heard tons of yelling and loud music, and once we got inside the door, along with that overwhelming noise, we saw people everywhere. There were cadets getting their heads shaved, cadets doing exercises with halfway shaved heads, and then tacks walking around the room watching for the next cadet to walk through the door. After our haircuts, we were advised to go to the classroom to be officially welcomed into patrol school. We were welcomed and told that this agency is one of the most elite in the nation, and we don't get that reputation by making it easy. After being welcomed, we learned how to make our beds properly, set up our wall lockers, and display our shoes. We PT'd all night, and were finally able to lay down around 4:15. Just after we fell asleep, we heard the tacks yelling for us to get up. It was 4:45, time to start morning PT, and time to start the whole process over again for that day. The first few weeks were a blur, but one thing we all agreed on is that we thought, what in the world did I just sign up for and get myself into? They are really trying to kill us. We tried not to do anything wrong throughout the day so we wouldn't have to do extra PT. But we were so exhausted that we'd accidentally mess up and have to anyways. Because of that, we quickly learned the concept of pain equals compliance. This concept could be taken the wrong way, I guess coming from a law enforcement officer, but it doesn't refer to abuse or any aspect of abuse. It actually means that without a consequence, you don't learn. For instance, a hot stove. If you touch the stove and it burns you, you'll most likely not touch that stove again without checking it first. Another concept we learned was that this patrol school is high speed and low drag, which meant that we're moving forward no matter what. And if you're catching the wind and falling behind, you need to get with the program or get going. We didn't have time to slow down. As patrol school continued, we had small glimpses of hope. Slowly but surely, we counted off the weeks. As the weeks went on, we started classes, had firearms training, received our boots, uniforms, and ultimately cars. Mixed with those glimpses of hope and all the training were the milestones that made us realize that time hadn't stopped like we really thought it did. It was still moving forward, and so were we. The first milestone was the gas chamber. We were really nervous about this milestone, didn't really know what it was going to be like. But as we were called into the gas chamber, we thought, well, we're here now. Let's get this thing over with. The techs kept reminding us that it wasn't going to kill us and to stay calm. They told us to remember, we don't have to like it, we just have to do it and finish it. The second milestone was being tased. We were pretty excited to get this milestone completed, even though it was still a little nerve-wracking. There were a few reactions to being tased that we'll never forget, and some cadets will never live down. The final milestone was the worst of them. We all heard the horror stories of how bad it was, and the techs joyfully reminded us in the days leading up to it and made sure we didn't forget that it was in the near future. As the day came, we prepared to get sprayed. Some of the techs reminded us to make sure no matter what, we fight through it. They reminded us that it's our body's natural reaction to close your eyes and stop, but we're in control. They said, open your eyes, use combat breathing, and stay calm. It's all mental. We had to make sure our mindset was right, not only for that milestone, but for patrol school overall. As our mindsets changed, our whole class changed. At the beginning, we were just trying to make sure we personally survived each day. During those first few weeks, Colonel Gillard began visiting us and tasked us with getting to know our bunkmates. It's much easier than you think getting to know someone when it's not chaos. There were several weeks where he would come in and we didn't know enough about our bunkmates to tell, which resulted in corrective action training to help us learn a little bit faster. Around week 7, we got to the point of being in the best shape of our life. We were stronger mentally, physically, and spiritually, and became better and closer as a class. We became better friends, and some of us, best friends. By week 8 or 9, we began growing closer together as a family rather than just friends, and realized that the only way to make it through this struggle was together. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 4:12 that though one may be overpowered, two can resist. Moreover, a cord of 3 strands is not quickly torn apart. As a class, we're a cord of 44 strands. We bond together under stress instead of fray. Week 10 was a pivotal week in this patrol school. The beginning of the week was just like any other week. It was pretty rough, but it could have been worse. But then, that Wednesday night, we received the worst news any family could receive. We were told that one of our brothers just lost his 12-year-old son. We had not met his son before, but we actually felt the pain of losing a family member as well. We were sad, angry, and confused. The rest of that evening was silent. No one talked, and no one smiled. Once we departed on Thursday, we all wondered if he was going to return on Sunday. As Sunday came around, we anxiously waited for him, and he finally showed up. We all got really excited and welcomed him back with hugs, high fives, and fist bumps. After that day, he became the bonding agent to our family. He motivated us to stay strong as a family and to see the positives in every situation. After that week, 63 was a family and was inseparable. We began making better memories and sharing them with each other. As we began patrol school, we remembered thinking, there's literally no way to have a decent memory here, much less a good one. And as we progressed, there were a few things that people would do that were so off the wall and out there that they were pretty funny. And during the last weeks, we found positives and humor in every situation, whether they were good or bad. We smiled, laughed, and joked, but definitely not in front of the techs. As we move forward from here, we may go to separate areas of the state, but we'll still have chances to make memories and share them with each other. So remember, always practice what we were taught and try to instill in others, in your children, and in your family, honor, integrity, discipline, attention to detail, and many more positive attributes so we can create a better world, one person at a time. We're different people than what we came in here as. We're better friends, better family, and better people in general. We've learned what it means to be a close family, and we've learned to be there for each other no matter what. We're not perfect people because we're still human, but we constantly strive to be the best person that we can be. Sergeant Zimmerman taught us how to practice extreme ownership. To implement this concept, you have to accept failure when it happens and not blame others when you do fail, because it's going to happen. Most importantly, don't focus on how to make other people better for you. Focus inward and ask yourself, how can I make myself better? Whether that be for your team, your organization, your family, or simply for yourself. Again, I want to thank everyone who supported us, encouraged us, pushed us, taught us, and made us into the men and women we are today. Thank you.
As Colonel Gillard stated earlier, TAC officers are the foundation builders of the Mississippi Highway Patrol. They are entrusted and tasked with the responsibility to train and mold cadets, along the way building the foundation of skills and knowledge necessary for them to perform the duties and responsibilities of their job as state troopers in a courteous, efficient, and safe manner, teaching them to always represent the agency in a positive light, teaching them that survival is always priority number one and to go home alive at the end of each shift. When the cadets think they have nothing left to give, the TAC officers ask them to give just a little bit more. Quitting is not an option. As a state trooper, if you quit on the highway, you die. As a training staff, it is our responsibility to do everything that we can to ensure not one more face, not one more name ends up on our fallen officers' memorial wall. That means selecting the most capable, qualified, and disciplined TAC officers that we can to train MHP cadets. Each TAC officer is carefully selected based on many factors such as experience, skills, knowledge, appearance, and most important, character. The highest level of commitment, dedication, and professionalism as a Mississippi Highway Patrol trooper is expected of those troopers selected to be TAC officers and will be exhibited at all times. Excellence is the standard they are graded by, and anything less is unacceptable. The TAC officers for Cadet Class number 63 have an average of over 15 years of law enforcement experience. Collectively, they also have over 140 years of military experience. Loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage are traits that these TAC officers live by daily. They are dedicated to giving no less than 100% of their mental and physical capabilities at all times during cadet school. The cadets deserve no less, and they will get no less. The TAC officers for Cadet Class number 63 are the epitome of teamwork and selfless service. At this time, I would like to recognize the TAC officers for MHP Cadet Class number 63. Lieutenant Philip Coffey, Assistant Director of MHP Training Division. Master Sergeant Neil Tadlock, Senior TAC Officer. Master Sergeant Byron Kemp, Team Leader. Master Sergeant Eric Henry, Team Leader. Master Sergeant Renard Harper. Master Sergeant Lee Houston. Master Sergeant Jerome Moore. Master Sergeant Cedric Jackson. Staff Sergeant Joe Johnson. Sergeant Wade Zimmerman. Corporal Josh Clark. Trooper First Class Alfredo Hernandez. Trooper First Class Jeremy Carr. Trooper First Class Marcus Barnett. Let's get a round of applause for the TAC officers of MHP Cadet Class number 63. TAC officers, about peace! Ready, seat! Class, attention! Half right, peace! Recite, creed! Half left, peak! Ready, seat!
Now I will announce the names of the cadets as they will be called to come forward and to have the badge that will represent the Mississippi Highway Patrol pinned on their chest by Colonel Gillard and receive their diploma from Commissioner Fisher. I'd ask you to hold your applause until all cadets have been pinned and returned to their seats. Platoon Leader, Desmond Jarrell Williams, Sr., Home County, Issaquena, Assignment Harrison, Troop K, badge number K31. Yes, sir, they will come by, yes, sir. They'll come in front of you. If y'all let them walk between us back here. Guidon Bearer, Gavin Dre Turner, Home County Green, Assignment Green, Troop J, badge number J39. Matthew Stephen Reimer, Home County Adams, Assignment Adams, Troop M, badge number M40. Jonathan Kirk Gibson, Home County Alcorn, Assignment Marshal, Troop E, badge number E30. Eric Kenyon Jones, Home County, Madison, assignment Lauderdale, Troop H, badge number H20. Victor Sanchez May, Home County, Madison, assignment Yazoo, Troop C, badge number C42. Arnon I. Drake, Home County, Warren, assignment Pike, Troop M, badge number E37. Raphael Delvante McLean, Home County, Oktibbeha, assignment Noxubee, Troop G, badge number G29. Scott Alexander Ivy, Home County, Union, assignment Marshall, Troop E, badge number E27. Class President Landon Joaquin Orozco, Home County, Jackson, assignment Jackson, badge number K29. Marquise Kentray Zollicoffer, Home County, Atala, assignment Cahoma, Troop E, badge number E34. Tanisha Chantel Daniels, Home County, Jefferson Davis, assignment Marion, Troop J, badge number J33. Second Squad, Squad Leader Brian Herbert Morrow, Home County, Monroe, assignment Lee, Troop F, badge number F47. DRC William Thagard, Home County, Washington, Assignment Washington, Troop D, badge number D34. Joe Edward Davis IV, Home County, Rankin, assignment Neshoba, Troop H, badge number H13. Demario Bell, Home County, Copiah, assignment Lincoln, Troop M, badge number E28, correction, badge number M28. Daniel Jordan Slayton, Home County, Claiborne, assignment Adams, Troop M, badge number M42. Eric Devon Stingley, Home County, Scott, assignment Scott, Troop H, badge number H35. Bradley Thomas Fancher, Home County, Atala, assignment LaFleur, Troop D, badge number D31. McKendrick Dwayne Thomas, Home County, Warren, assignment Pike, Troop M, badge number M43. Jeremy Austin Cannon, Home County, Lee, assignment Lee, Troop F, badge number F45. Markevius Deontay Bankhead, Home County, LaFleur, assignment Coahoma, Troop E, badge number E37. Patrice Brown, Home County Hines, assignment Jones, Troop J, badge number J26. Third Squad, Squad Leader, Fletcher, Duvall, Trask, Home County Rankin, assignment Covington, Troop J, badge number J37. Stargell, Desmond Catchings, Home County Copiah, assignment Lincoln, Troop M, badge number M41. Jesse Dwayne Tuberville, Home County Rankin, assignment Madison, Troop C, badge number C46. Joshua Sinclair Crittenden, Home County Winston, assignment Tate, Troop E, badge number E10. Brandon Taylor Poor, Home County Rankin, assignment Covington, Troop J, badge number J34. Jason O'Brien Young, Home County Monroe, assignment DeSoto, Troop E, badge number E31. Anthony Donnell Heath, Home County Hines, assignment Jackson, Troop K, badge number K20. Jeremy Michael Ellis, Home County, Warren, assignment Lincoln, Troop M, badge number M38. Easton Cade Doles, Home County, Calhoun, assignment Calhoun, Troop G, badge number G25. Timothy Bo Baxter Tucker II, Home County, Chickasaw, assignment Chickasaw, Troop G, badge number G36. Monica Marie Millender, Home County, Lauderdale, assignment Lauderdale, badge number H22. Fourth squad leader Jonathan Mark Steed will be pinned by his father, MBI Lieutenant Mark Steed, Home County, Atala, assignment Holmes, Troop D, badge number D33. Ryan Christopher Jones, Home County, Walthall, assignment Walthall, Troop M, badge number M39. Nathan Patrick Ginn, Home County, Alcorn, assignment Tunica, Troop E, badge number E14. Nathan Edward Lincolns, Home County, Atala, assignment Neshoba, Troop H, badge number H12. Jeremy Williams Latham, Home County, Choctaw, assignment Lowndes, Troop G, badge number G28. Alec Irby Rollison, Home County, Clark, assignment Jackson, Troop K, badge number K30. Michael Bernard Holyfield, Home County, Scott, assignment Lauderdale, Troop H, badge number H18. Nigel Sheree Williams, Home County, Rankin, assignment Hancock, Troop K, badge number K32. Ronisha Brittany Morris, Home County, LaFleur, assignment Sunflower, Troop D, badge number D32. Class Chaplain Timothy Carlos Gibson, Home County, Hines, assignment George, badge number K17.
The one you bought right after you wanted it.
Getting close.
I think it's working.
It'll work.
What kind of candidates are on this? You know, the most interesting conversation that's happened today is right now between Hilton and Samson Jackson.
That's right. Deep talk. They're right. That's right.
It's interesting. Their campaigns is perfect. She's running to the left. He's running to the right. So it's kind of the speech he put up, I think it was somewhere this weekend, he was on no questions. Yeah. And like you said, he was doing a good job.
Yeah, there's that.
We hadn't had one doing that in 20 years, 20, 30.
Y'all sit down. What an honor to have shaken hands with 44 of the strongest men and women I've ever encountered. Made me forget my arthritis. It was such an honor. I am so thankful that the patrol keeps asking me to do this. This is one of my favorite things I do. I have a long and happy relationship with the Mississippi Highway Safety Patrol. When I was a young district attorney in the early 70s, I found some law enforcement officers didn't take their oaths as seriously as they should. They sometimes were not really trustworthy. Not so of the people of the Mississippi Highway Safety Patrol. I learned very soon that they were the best in the business, and I learned that this academy out here is one of the best educational and training facilities on planet Earth. And not just because I taught a few courses out there. I enjoyed doing that work. But it's so great to be able to do this. Cadets, troopers now, former cadets, I know you will take your oath seriously. You're going to get it on a piece of paper that is beautifully engraved and signed. I hope you'll get it framed and refer to it often. Your integrity is all wrapped up in that oath. And there's no amount of silver or gold or any other thing on this planet that is as valuable or as important to you as your integrity, which is part and parcel of being a member of the Mississippi Highway Safety Patrol. It's now my honor to administer the oath. You may either swear or affirm. Please raise your right hands and repeat after me. I say your name. Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi and obey the laws thereof. That I am not disqualified from being an officer of the Mississippi Highway Safety Patrol. That I will faithfully enforce the laws of this state. and discharge the duties of an officer of the Mississippi Highway Safety Patrol to the best of my ability. That I will preserve, protect, and defend the honor and traditions of the Mississippi Highway Safety Patrol. Obeying all rules and regulations. And carrying out all orders. Which may be lawfully given me. By my superior officers. So help me God. And may God bless you each and all.
May we please stand for the benediction. Let us pray. O most kind, gracious, and heavenly Father, we come once again to another closure of another day. Father God, as we're about to leave this place, but never your presence, I pray, Lord, that you be with us all until we meet again. It's in your Son, Jesus' name, we do pray. Amen.
Honor guard, retrieve the colors.
waited. Don't give up, it's a little complicated. All tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please, before you exit? We have just one announcement. The administration at this time would like to extend their sincere appreciation to all non-sworn employees who played a vital role in the planning and the success of all events associated with Cadet Class 63. Let's give them a round of applause. And at this time, we ask you to join us outside for the official flag ceremony. Thank you.